Alright, I forgot I could screen record with a mic. You don't have to see me. So, what we got here is Xeno, okay? And I'm showing y'all this just because they have something called a Xenobot, okay? So, let's look at this real quick. It was really with an X, but boom. Okay, Xenobots, named after the African clogged frog, are synthetic life forms that are designed by computers to perform some desired function and built by combining together different biological tissues. There is a debate among scientists whether xenobots are robots, organisms, or something else entirely. So, xenobot is used for shit like this. And this is what they're going to try to. Well, they already did it, but they're using that to compromise the body. Okay. So when we go back to Xeno means gift to Zeus. Okay. And then it also means guest or host. Okay. So what did Zeus, and Hera do to Kronos? Okay. So in Greek mythology, Zeus, with the help of his siblings, including Hera, overthrew his father Kronos by tricking him into drinking a potion that forced him to vomit up his previously swallowed children, then defeated him in a war, ultimately imprisoning him, Cronus and Tartarus, the deepest abyss of the underworld. Essentially, Zeus and his siblings rebelled against Cronus, and punished him for his past actions by chaining him up in the underworld. So the gift was deceiving a person. Okay, so back to this. Like, this shit really, like, gets with your T cell and pretty much compromise the cell. And then it can, like, rebuild itself. Well, it pretty much rebuilds off of your growth of cells and loss of cells. That's pretty much how it slides itself in. And it can be transferred through a lipoprotein. It can be transferred through a lipoprotein just like a jab. Okay? Boom. A lot of people, arms is getting magnet. It's like a magnet from it. Like, there's a magnetic charge in niggas' arms and shit from it. Wi-Fi, all types of stuff. So, let's look up bot means. Okay. Okay, second, y'all see this is the second definition of bot. Okay. The first definition, as you can see right here, is an autonomous program on the internet and or other users. Oh, I'm thinking I'm reading my book. Is an autonomous program on the internet or another network that can interact with systems or users. You can program your bot to store data in a database of your choice. So, the database of their choice is motherfucking humans, right? And the thing is, we have one of the biggest databases, period. And the intelligence is studying us. The whole 369 came from studying you. And really, that's just how we used to operate back in the days anyway. We understood ourselves. And from that, there was a connectivity to nature. But the thing is, when you're sending your DNA is a big ass database of memory and it's interacting with your cells. Your cells is dealing with your memory, right? In all different types of forms. So when you're sending signals, when like the brain sends signals to the cells, that is radio communication, okay? So now it's back to delta because delta means radio communications. It has a lot of meanings dealing with this shit. That's why they named it the way they named it. Okay? So, the second definition is a robot. So, y'all remember that screen, shot it or something, write it down, memorize it, however. Because now it's going to make sense. Okay, so you have Omi, right? Okay, so Omi comes from a micron, which means ayin in Hebrew. Okay, let's read this. Micron is a variant of SARS-CoV-2, coronavirus. Okay, so SARS is a plural thing. Okay, take the S out and the hyphen out. Now you got SARCO. That's a prefix that will explain the shit that's in this air, the pain behind your back, the pain behind your leg, and what this certain organism is actually doing when it's in your body. Okay, so dealing with the flesh and all that extra shit. So micron is the 15th letter of the Greek alphabet, or the brain system, derived from the Phoenician letter Ayin. So the Phoenician letter Ayin means to see. Ayin means to see, or the eye. Okay. It also means spring. And the Ayin represents 7, but that's a 7 too. So now you're gonna have I, right? Which matches up with Zayin, meaning weapon or sword, but derived from the root word that means sustenance.
Sustenance.
Or nourishment. The root Zan appears in the word like Mazon, meaning food. But how is the food or nourishment related to the sword? And this is also the 7th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Compared to our shit, but it's different. That's why I be saying it's really 19 keys dealing with the alphabet. Then you have 7 You have 7 like alternates. But yeah, so when you put AN and Zayn together, both of that's a 77. Okay, that's a 77 dealing with the 7th trumpet, which is April. Um, the planes aligning up because it's about to denote the 8th ether on a physical state with the density of light changing up, which changes up the heat. And that speeds up more time and is literally the reactant to the bullshit that they already started. It's a it's a reactant to anyone because it's dealing with your cells and it's trying to fucking duplicate itself. So when it can't and it's like locked in the box, it start to feel sore from moving around so much. But let me shut up. All right, let's get back to this. So Zayn meeting Psalms. So A and I, or to see, Zayn is weapon, sword. So I say it's an I weapon that's triggered from Alpha Omega, which creates this X fucking Death Star looking eye weapon type thing. It really is trying to disconnect you from your pineal gland at the end of the day. So, where was I? So when you get the I or micron, so we said AN means to see. Zayn matches up in numerology is still a 7. It's just, so it's dealing with the same, there's connections there. So the I weapon is dealing with cron, which is a Unix-like operating system utility that schedules commands to run at a specific time. Okay, so time is really ran off of frequencies. The higher the rate, the higher the state, the faster time speed up. So to say, the state of matter changes up, so yeah, time speeds. So, I'm sorry, I'm trying to fucking light this J. So when you have the cron, that is a Unix system operating just like the universe system. So it's picking up off of frequencies. And these frequencies send back messages pretty much like a bot. Okay? They're really trying to pull this shit off with some AI shit. Like, if it's weird, bro. Like, that's how they're studying more stuff through us. And it's like they've been doing that. It's just we got placed in a weird period of time. It's kind of like how Willow said the 6th dimension. Kind of got placed there. So cron is really the automated system. So like how they explain it seemed like that, but you have to understand what an E command. That's the EE virus. So when certain frequencies hit the planet, that's how it's scheduled. Okay? It's not a nigga pressing a button. It's scheduled by the frequencies that's coming off the sun. That's why I say we at 23 hertz, 2300, 2400 hertz. That's a reset when you're dealing with time. Military time, that's a reset. The clock restarted already. Well, it didn't really restart, but like, nigga, it's still a whole another 5 years of this shit to go. And you're gonna see the evolution probably gonna pop up quick, but then it's gonna seem like ain't none of that shit going on. All types of stuff. While a lot of stuff is still going on. Like shit's gonna get weird, you know. Just know. So we have your Kron right there. Hop on a fast. Get rid of all this shit. Do your research. Because from all ages, people been putting in work. So now it's up to you. Get what you need. Be smart about it. Because a lot of this stuff is not cheap. It's really it's rich from how good it is. And shit not, a lot of places is cheap and then people resell it and charge you more. So it's like, don't feel like you have to really go out your way to get it. Just get it. Maintain and gain.